Arman Tsarukyan versus Beneil Dariush goes down this weekend at UFC Austin. But what is at stake in this fight? What does the winner get of this fight between number 4 and number 8 ranked lightweight contender? Find it out in this video, guys. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Assalamu alaikum, Dagestan.
Arman Tsarukyan, who is number 8 ranked in the lightweight division, will face Beneil Dariush, who is number 4 ranked in the lightweight division. And what is special about this is, what you have to see, the top 5 in the lightweight division is kind of like a fenced neighborhood, a guarded neighborhood. You can't just get in there. The top 5 of the lightweight division is really like a pot where they have a big, high fence around it, and they just don't let you in.
I own this town.
It's really hard to get your shot on the top 5. They always fight each other, if you don't realize it. Chandler, Poirier, Gaethje, Charles, Ferguson also, until recently. They always fight each other and they barely let anyone get a shot from the outside. Barely, ever. Gaethje did it with Fiziev. He let Fiziev into the top 5, gave him a chance to get into the top 5, and Fiziev got kicked out again, back outside of the fence because he lost against Gaethje, as you might know, UFC London. The UFC's Lightweight Division top 5 is really weird, really special. This does not exist in any other division, that you have a top 5 that just won't let anyone in.
No one!
Or barely ever let anyone in. And if it's someone, then it's Beneil Dariush, who's also kind of in and out of that, even though he's on a 9-5 winning streak. But he also had a tough time to even get into the top 5. He recently lost to Charles Oliveira. That's why he didn't get his title shot. There was a title eliminator fight, most definitely. Is he again in title eliminator fight this weekend? No, he's not. He's number 4 ranked, yes, but what you have to see is, in front of him is Gaethje, Poirier, and Charles. Charles and Gaethje will most definitely get the next title shot. Either, I think it's gonna be Charles fighting Islam, and Gaethje's probably gonna fight Holloway for the BMF belt, and they're gonna give him pay-per-view points or something, so we will gladly take that. I believe the winner of this fight, Arman versus Dariush, will fight Dustin Poirier at UFC 300. Why? Dustin Poirier said in a recent interview that he wants to fight at UFC 300, but he will only fight in either a huge fight, let's just say Conor McGregor fight, that gives him a lot of money, or title eliminator. He says, and I understand, that he's not fighting any normal nonsense fight, which doesn't guarantee him any title shot, or doesn't give him the craziest paycheck ever. Makes sense, right? And if Arman beats Beneil, or if Beneil beats Arman, I think Beneil needs a finish, because Beneil is just not the UFC's favorite horse. He's just not that entertaining, not that outspoken, not that viral. So I think Beneil probably needs a finish. Otherwise, I would not be surprised if they say, hey, Beneil, if you win by a close decision, you will have to fight, I don't know, the winner of Bobby Green versus Julian Turner or something. I will not be surprised, and Beneil will probably just accept it because he always accepts it, and that's why the UFC keeps doing this with him. But if Arman wins this fight, or Beneil finishes Arman, Dustin Poirier, UFC 300 will be a huge fight, a matchup that we haven't seen yet. Both those guys have never fought. Poirier, and we like fresh and new matchups. I don't want to see Poirier fighting Gaethje for the, well, I wouldn't say I wouldn't want to see that, but you know what I mean. We want some fresh matchups in there. Even though I would like to see Chandler fighting Poirier again, or Gaethje. But anyways, some fresh matchups would be nice, and it will be a title eliminator. You cannot tell Arman, okay, you beat the number 4 ranked guy, then you beat the number 3 ranked guy. Now you have to beat the number 1 ranked guy. No, now you get a title shot. If you beat 2 top 5 guys back to back, especially if it's not close split decisions, you will get a title shot. As easy as that. And the UFC likes Arman. Arman is a young up-and-comer. He's not the biggest hype guy ever, but still, he finished fights, has, I think, 7 first-round finishes, and most people like him. Most people tune in to watch his fights. Maybe not the hardcore casuals, but they will soon, because they will soon get to know him. So the winner of this fight will not get a title shot, no chance. Gaethje, Oliveira are in their way, but I do believe they will fight Dustin Poirier at UFC 300 or any other given card, but UFC 300 is very likely and very smart to make that fight. If it's not Dustin Poirier, then I really don't know. Maybe Michael Chandler if he beats Conor, which will never happen.
You'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing.
But otherwise, there's really not many matchups. Neither one of them should fight for a BMF title, or will. Neither one of them should fight Charles Oliveira for the number 1 contender fight. Only if Charles fights Islam and loses, then maybe, but then Charles is not in the number one contender fight anymore, which then eliminates that fight again, you know what I mean? If Islam loses, okay, then Islam versus Arman rematch will be made in heaven, but that is too much of a what if in the future. So I think Dustin Poirier, UFC 300, that's the next fight for the win of this fight. Write your predictions in the comments, guys. Who will win that fight? I, on top of my head right now, pick Arman Tsarukyan by decision. 5-round fight. Write your opinion in the comments, guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Would appreciate that, you guys. And most importantly, did you get a number one contender fight? Make sure to get your sleep in. Until the next one, bye-bye. Bloodsport out.